Stumble lit a fire inside. Now I walk with my head held high. Lessons learned and bridges burn. Still I rise with every turn. This is more than just a climb. It's my moment, it's my time. No more hiding in the crowd. Gonna wear my soul out loud. The world is waiting just to see all the magic inside of me. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You are special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. Pages turn, but the heart stayed true. Every scar's got a golden hue. Telling my story in my own style. With every post, every smile. From the hustle to the heart. Every ending's a brand new start. Turning passion into plans. Now I'm dancing where I stand. I don't chase, I magnetize. My journey's written in the skies. If you're watching, hear me say, you're a light to find your way. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You're special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. If they doubt you, let them talk. You're the thunder when you walk. Turn your truth up past the 10. You're the spark, ignite again. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, set the world alight. You're special, let it show. Be yourself.
Oh, here I am. Thank you everyone for joining us. Oh my gosh, running a couple of minutes late, but please forgive us for that. Thank you so much. My name's Narelle Warcon and I'm coming to you from Wednesday. Oh my gosh, and I'm not quite sure whether you saw the topic or not, but it's where do you find joy? So we're going to have some fun. We're going to share a little bit of information around joy, and I'm glad to see that Jean made it today, I think. So hello, Jean. I know Jean hasn't been too well, so you know what you need to do, everyone, is keep everybody in your prayers. Hello, Faya. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you, Gwen. Thank you so much for joining. And also Siraj Balti, thank you so much for everything that you do. It's lovely to see you all. Utam is here as well, and I believe Kenton is sitting there. I just can't see his name coming up just yet, but I know that he has come in and left a message. So hi, Ivana, lovely to see you. Croatia is in the house, lovely. Please pop in where you're coming in from. If you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, do all the things that everybody says that you should do. We don't really worry about subscriptions. However, it doesn't cost you anything, so why not? If you click on the bell, you'll know when I go live. I do go live from time to time. Sometimes I do spontaneous ones, but you can be sure to see us here. Sorry, just excuse me a minute. You can be sure to see us here every week on Who, What, Where Wednesday. There he is, Kenton, my mate from New Zealand. Lovely to see you, Kenton, and thank you so much for asking those to share out or subscribe to the channel as well. Anyone who does that. Hi, Glenda and Jasmine coming in from South Australia. Appreciate you being here. Now, yesterday I was going to do a recording from last week's topic, but I didn't get the time because I'm now moderator in the new Success with Ashma Farah Facebook group. So if you haven't joined over there, then please do. We're just going to run through a few different things today. I do have a little bit of a list before we get into a little bit of fun. So if you can bear with me just for 2 minutes. Hi, Network King, lovely to see you. Hi, Bablu, lovely to see you too. Anyone I've missed, and thank you for coming in on LinkedIn. I really appreciate it. over there, and please leave me a message and I will get back to you. Thank you for those who do share it out over on LinkedIn, and also my Narelle Warcon author. That is my Facebook page, so pop over there. You can like that page, costs you nothing. Anything that costs you nothing and brings you value, that's a good thing, I reckon. So Jean, we have you in our prayers, hoping that you are feeling a lot better today. So thank you so much for joining us so early in the morning. Hello, Lisa. Lovely to see you. Lisa's coming in from over there as well. Florida, I think. Sorry, Lisa. I'm no good. I'm no good at names and no good at places. Don't ask me anything about geography. I don't know a lot. Hi, Abdul. Lovely to see you. Okay, so let me run through these things quickly first. And again, welcome to all those popping on. I will pop over to the chat a little bit later. But please let me know where you're popping in from, what country you're coming in from. Just pop it in the chat there, and then I can come back and say where you're from. So let's get on with that. So our topic this week is, where do you find joy? And I know that that is something for me. This last week's been really, really hectic. Being a moderator in another group is like really full on. And so I want to run through a few details with that. Firstly, the new group is called Success with Ashma Farah. If you don't know, or if you haven't seen it, please, reach out to anybody here, reach out to anybody that you know, and you can be added into the group. There are a few requirements. So the group will be going from public to private today, UK time. So keep an eye on that. What it means for those already in the group, absolutely no change at all, okay? For those who are still coming in, you will have to answer the questions, and you will have to say yes and agree to the rules. And also make sure that your Facebook is open, okay? Now, we have had a lot coming through that are locked. So we just want to say, please unlock it for now, okay? We know that you do it for a sense of privacy or security. There really isn't there are a few things that you can do in your own Facebook settings to keep it private, but we need it open for when we approve you into that new group. So please do that. Please also, I'm going to bring this up now and I won't bring it up again. Please stop using the name On Passive. We have been asked by our CEO not to use that name anymore. That is old. We are moving forward, and we need to start addressing the fact that any logos that belong to On Passive its name in your name. Have a look in your chat names, have a look in your Facebook names. Anywhere that you use that, it needs to be taken down, please. So we've been asked by the CEO, Mr. Ash, to please stop using the word On Passive. Like I said, I'm only going to say this once here, and then I'm moving on, okay? But I think that we have a big enough audience here that we can send it out to those around the world that we know or may not know, but you might have them in your groups and things like that. So please make sure that that gets shared out. Okay. I have placed up, and I will be setting it live after this live, the songs that I have created and put together. Now, I've put it together as a one after the other. So I don't know what they call that. If anybody has a word for that. So it's like a playlist, but I've put it in as a video for now on my YouTube channel. So please, if you don't mind going afterwards, I will be setting it live or setting it to public as soon as we're finished here. So have a look at that. It's really lovely to have them all. I've called it Songs to Uplift, Inspire, and Keep You Moving Forward. So please have a look at that and like that. Okay, so for my new members, again, I'm just going to run through these things first, get them out of the way, okay? Because we want to go and have some fun. To my new members, thank you ever so much for joining me. Like I said, I have a few different levels of memberships, but the reason why I do that is not only to be able to come to you each week, but also for any super chats and stuff like that, I pass on to my friend Masoki, who I have been supporting for about 4 years. He looks after 8 orphans. It used to be 11 or 12, I think, but they are destitute, and they live in Uganda. And the respect and love that I get back from them every time that I'm able to help them every fortnight is just incredible. I sent a message actually to Chris the other day saying, you know, you're doing the right thing when you get the messages. Oh, going to get a bit teary. The messages back that just have so much gratitude and love, you know, like that means the world to me. So remember that your support helps those people in need. Just as Chris is helping Seeds Academy, I'm doing my little bit from my end of the world as much as I can. And I know that Masoki is very grateful for everything that everybody here can contribute. So thank you for that. Hi, Mayhead. Thank you so much for joining in. Samson, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so I've got that. New subscribers. Yes, thank you. So like I said, it is free to subscribe to my channel. Please have a look at that. All you got to do is click on subscribe. Please have a look at the bell. When you ring the bell and press all, you'll know when I go live. Okay, that's as simple as what it is. Nothing extra for you to do. Okay, so let's get on with it, hey? Oh, one more thing before we go into the fun side of it. You will have a look and see that I had a page, a group, on Facebook that used to be called OP, Oz and New Zealand Oceanic Ambassadors. I have changed that name now to align with the new vision of our CEO, and our new group is called Australia and New Zealand Visionary Leaders Oceania. So please, again, if you want to go over and like that group as well, and we bring you as much information as we can, and the most up to date, and it's all truthful, you know. So just be aware that you do still need to answer questions in there and abide by the rules of the group, you know. So yeah, just take that in hand, pop over. It's called Australia and NZ Visionary Leaders. There it is on just near me there on the screen. Have a look at it. Australia and NZ Visionary Leaders Oceania. So please go ahead and like that and join the group if you wish. Okay, let's get on to having some fun. That's all the stuff out of the way. So I will come back over to the chat. Hi, Dr. Demelaire. I think it's Shaimi. Sorry, I am so, forgive me. I just want to get on with having some fun. Okay, so this week we are, where do you find joy? So tonight we're diving into a simple but powerful theme, don't you think? Now, joy can be in the big moments, and we find a lot of joy, like in weddings and birthdays, going on holiday, you know, but however, more often it's hidden in the little things. You know, what do you find joyful? Okay, a smile from a stranger, that first sip of coffee in the morning. Oh my gosh, isn't that joyful? Or hearing your favorite song when you least expect it, something that comes on the radio. It might be something you're flicking through on Facebook and you hear that song and it brings joy. You know, there are songs, I know there are songs that bring me a little bit of sadness because it reminds me of a time in my life where not so much sadness, but, you know, things like you miss your mum or you miss your parents, and a certain song might come up and it's still a joyful feeling. So, hi, Network King, if you could just keep it to English, that would be really appreciative. Thank you. Hi, Vimal, lovely to see you. Hey, Rasheb. Okay, so let's get on with this. So let's explore together where joy shows up, how to notice it more, and of course, we'll keep it fun and some games and facts along the way. And boy, do I have a few for you tonight. Excuse me. So let's go, the nature of joy. This is just a mini lesson for you, okay? You know, a lot of people think joy is something you stumble upon, but in reality, joy can be something you choose to notice. So are we choosing to notice those wonderful things, or are we staying with that, you know, sticky, icky feeling of negativity? Joy is something that we have to choose, okay? So the nature of joy. It's often about perspective. And last week we spoke a lot about perspective, didn't we? You know, things that we perceive to be may not always be what somebody else sees. So have a think of that. It's often about perspective. How are we looking at that? When you train yourself to look for small, everyday sparks of joy, then they suddenly appear more often. Isn't that true? I know Jean would be nodding her head right now. Hi, Shira, lovely to see you. nodding her head, going, yeah, because the more we think joyful things, the more we keep into positives, then that's where we're going to find more. There's going to be more come out for us. Okay, so think about it. A child's laugh that makes me giggle. I love saying hello to little kids when their parents aren't looking. Hi, in the bank or down the street or at the shopping centre. And you sort of think, well, it just brings me joy. I don't have my girls. I have my son living with me, but I don't have my daughters here. So I miss my granddaughter dearly. She will be 12 this next month in September. However, when you don't have little ones around you, it's just a joy for me to actually go, hello, or give them a little wave or pull a funny face or whatever. So the smell of rain, I absolutely love rain. And you know what? It gets to me when people go, oh, it's raining again. Oh, we've had nothing but rain. And I think, oh, it makes me so joyful because it washes the trees and it waters all the things that don't always get all the water. Hi, Ava, lovely to see you. So rain brings me joy. Okay. So a meal you really enjoy. What meal? What do you like to eat that brings you joy? Is it seafood? Is it steak? Is it a big bowl of heaven? I should say this, but veggies or fruit. You know me. If you know me, I'm only joking. Or even just sitting in peace and quiet for 5 minutes. Doesn't that bring you joy? My joy is going out and just walking around the garden. Nothing to do. Just look at the plants, say hello to them because I do talk to my plants, and just the joy of walking on the grass, seeing the blue sky, seeing the clouds, just being out in the sun, warming your body, because over here we're still only just about a week of winter left and we really haven't had it very bad at all until we come into our spring. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that going to be in what we are coming into, which is spring again. Sorry, just have to answer that. Okay, so 5 minutes. So joy doesn't always need to be dramatic. Sometimes it's the ordinary that makes it extraordinary. Hi, Mama D, lovely to see you. Bless you for coming in. Thank you so much. I will come over to you in a minute. Okay, let's say, Ava's coming in from Bangladesh, by the way. So let's have a little chat interaction. So get your little fingers ready. Okay, I'm going to put up a blurred picture again this week, and I want you to have a look at it, and then we can go into a little bit more fun. So the blurred picture this week is going to come up on the screen. But remember, our shows this week shows every week on Who, What, Where Wednesday are a little bit shorter, hopefully, but definitely a bit more fun. So there's our blurred picture. So now let's have some fun together. I'd love you to share in the chat, what's the last thing that made you smile today or yesterday for those coming in early from overseas? Hi, Lids. Lovely to see you, my dear friend from North Queensland, up the road a bit. Up the road to us means she's about 8 or 9 hours away north. That's up the road for us Aussies. So now, please share in the chat what's the last thing that made you smile today or yesterday if you're coming in from overseas. Penguin, oh my gosh, how beautiful. Birds, yeah, aren't they incredible? We have two little ones. I think they're called yellow-bellied. They're like a little finch, if you know what that is. And they come into our entertainment area and they flitter and flutter around. They're only tiny little things. They flitter and flutter around, and we've had them build nests in here before where they build off one of my hanging plants and they build this big drop. I mean, incredible work. You have to give them a 10 out of 10 just for the amount of work just to build this massive nest that hangs with this little hole in so she can lay her eggs. Incredible. I love watching them. Absolutely. Cup of tea with Manuka honey. That sounds like the order of the day for you, Jean. And I hope that it does help very much so. And just remember, put some honey just in your mouth and let it slowly drizzle down the back of your throat. That will help as well. Birds. Everybody's into birds today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, incredible. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just getting over to that. So, my friend's dog. Is that us, Liz? Because we showed you a couple of weeks ago, we showed you Peanut, and Peanut is growing. We had him to the vet on Monday just for a checkup, just to make sure that everything's going fine. And he's incredible. And I tell you what, my son would make the best dad. He might be 41 and he has never been married. He's had, close to engagements and things like that, but he just makes the most special puppy dad. Let's put it that way. Hey, Olive, lovely to see you. And he's a great. He gets up at 5:30, lets the dog out. It needs to go to the toilet. Sits up with it for a little while and then takes it back to bed with him. I won't have him in my bed, but he's just so incredibly beautiful and brings us great joy. Okay, the joy that a puppy, a dog, if you're into cats, I'm not, but even birds, anything, those are the little things. And I know Peanut's not just a little thing. He is, and he won't grow real big because he's only a mini dachshund. But the joy that you can bring into your life and choose that. Choose, oh, I saw a bird today. What did it look like? How did it make you feel? Like, have a think about the feelings that it brings you, not just, oh, there's a bird. You know what I mean? What's it look like? What color is it? Is it flittering around? Is it gathering? Is it, getting ready to lay eggs and stuff like that? So have a look at those little things. Even a beetle on a plant. Like, I go around my plants and I have a look at all the flowers coming on and I take photos of them and I talk, wow, you've done a fantastic job. And I've had an orchid it's called a dancing lady. If you look it up, it's an oncidium orchid and it's a dancing lady. If you look up dancing lady orchid, you will see that it's a bright yellow and it's little dancing ladies. That's what it looks like. And it's in a big spray. It can be in smaller sprays as well, but this year I've got 6 spikes. Oh my gosh, that's joyful to me. You know how much I love my flowers, but just to have 6 spikes coming out. So when they come out and when they flower and when they're in flower, I will take some photos and I will put them up because that's the most I've ever had. So 6 spikes is a lot for my, it's not little, but it's growing. So a hummingbird. Oh my gosh. Olive, that's amazing. Peanut is so cute. He certainly is, Siraj. So there's the hummingbird again. No, it's not. I'm just tricking you. So have a look at it. What is it? It's now time to start guessing, okay? So let me see where I'm up to here. Okay, so it could be anything. So you could, a pet, person, most of you are putting in like animals and things like that. A funny moment even can bring you joy, okay? Or even something you ate. Like I said, there's joyfulness in a lot of things. We have to look for it sometimes when we're feeling a bit down, a bit sad. So yeah, it's really something we need to look for, okay? So I've gone through those. I can't see any more. I see a lot of birds. Kiwi bird. That was, are you talking about the New Zealand kiwi? Jean. Hi, Vivino. Lovely to see you. And lots of birds. It looks like there's just lots of birds. So, okay, let's get on with it. So this or that. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. And again, I want you to interact in the chat. So get your little fingers ready, okay? So we're going to play a quick round of this or that, Joy Edition. This or that, Joy Edition. Oh, that's so sweet, Glenda. I know, that just brings so much joy, I tell you. I'll give you 2 options and you drop your answer in the chat. Which brings you more joy? Remember, it's this or that, okay? Which one? Kingfishers, they're beautiful lids. Oh my gosh, you don't get to see them that often. But years ago I saw it in kingfishers. If you look it up, anyone from overseas, have a look at kingfishers. They're these smaller type birds I think they're from the kookaburra family. But yeah, have a look. So, okay, so this or that. Now you write which one, okay, brings you more joy. Ice cream or chocolate? Rude Rash, I think you just need to leave, love, because they're not things we answer here. This is about fun and it's about positivity. So please, if you can, just leave if you want. Ice cream or chocolate? What are you up for? Yeah, that's very good, Vivina. You come in at the last there, so I'll reveal it in just a moment because I want people to keep guessing. So, Kingfisher, yeah, keep your answers coming. So, just let me scroll down here a little bit. Ice cream is for Ava, chocolate for Glenda. I don't need either. Okay, but which one brings you joy? Okay, the next one is beach or mountains. Which one brings you more joy? Which one brings you more joy, beach or mountains? Sorry. Hi, Roy. Lovely to see you. Everybody, I think everybody's into the ice cream. Oh, Lids likes chocolate. Glenda likes chocolate. And Faya loves chocolate. Oh, chocolate ice cream, Kenton. It had to be one, hey? Thank you so much. So, beach or mountains? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Um, Beach. Yeah. Okay. And now we'll go on to the next one. So you've got to be quick. This is a this or that, remember. Samson, yeah, the beach. I love the beach myself. But I do love, I don't know about mountains over here, like the hills and the valleys and things like that. When you see the Australian bush, if you ever come over here, if you ever dare to come over here, no, just kidding. If you come over here, you'll find lots and lots of bush, we call it, out back. There's lots of eucalyptus, gum trees, that sort of thing. So I do love that as well, especially if you're having a view up or you build a house up on high on the hill. You get amazing views and you see the sun and the sunrises and the sunsets, but you see the storms rolling in. It's just purely amazing. And you probably have something similar over there. So, okay, so let's get on to the next one. Do you like a good book or a great movie? A good book or a great movie? Trees. Good book or a great movie? I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. And, okay. Okay, I got enough bush. Thanks, Narelle. Yeah, you live on a farm. Vivine, I'm coming over just for the farm because I see your dogs romping through the grass with that quackity quack ducky thingy, which would drive me absolutely nuts if Peanut had one. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a little sip. But yeah, it looks absolutely stunning, beautiful and green and lush grass. Oh, I just want to roll in that grass myself, Hi, Kayadari. Kayadari. Yeah, that sounds about right. Lovely to see you. Okay, and what do we have now? A book or a great movie? Yeah, Samsung. Book for Vinay. Yeah, cool. And remember, I have a book, not that you have to buy it, but I do have a great book about my life. It is a book written about survival and having come through, sexual, physical, and mental abuse makes the reason why I wrote it was to bring hope to so many others in our world. A lot of this keeps going on, and it's not, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. There's plenty of awareness around it, and you've got to look at what underlies somebody, doing that or being want to hurt another person. Let's put it that way. So what we need to do is bring more joy into the world. Yeah, thanks, Ava. I like actually bringing a little bit of joy as well. Roy, thank you for coming in from Florida as well. There's a few of you from over there. A good book. Well, there you go. That's amazing. And remember, I do have a book coming out as well. There needs to be like 10 of me to just finish. I knew you would love books, Jean. 10 of me just to do all the things that I need to be doing right now. So my book is up there. If you do want to, you can scan on the QR code. Just go to narellewarcon.com, and which is my website, which is still coming. Yes, I know. And I mean, it's going to be spectacular. I hope you really love it when I finally get it there. I've got about 3 or 4 things to do, and then it will be going live. So I'm hoping that early next week, that's it. I'm done, and it'll always have ongoing. I have your book. Yeah, thank you so much, Leds. Led's a very good supporter, and my book has gone all over the world. So, chapter 6. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa just purchased one this last couple of weeks ago. Lisa's coming in from Florida, so it was sent overseas. Yeah, there's a lot of people like books. I think it stimulates you differently. It puts you into your imagination, and that imagination can bring you great joy. A movie sometimes, for me, can fire me up, where it's like, oh, what's this, that, I've got to be watching this, that, where a book, I think, settles you down and puts you in a more calming situation of, to me, it's a balance, it's a balance of just calm. If you want to calm down, even when you go to bed, I know a lot of people read before they go to bed. Not me, mate. I'd be like out, over and out. I cannot read in bed. It has to be sort of sitting up, otherwise it just sends me to sleep. Or I read the same chapter about 4 times, which then sends me to sleep. Yes, I know you do, Jean. And there's lots of other people in here all about books. Okay, so let's get on with it. The last one before we go on to the last few things is dancing or singing. Do you like to dance or do you like to sing? And you can be good at both, but I prefer you choose one. But thank you, Jane. You're just too nice. Dancing or singing? Let's go. Let them down when my boys complain. Yeah, I know. It's a nice space, when you are reading a book. I think that you can chill out, whether you do have children. Hi, Sana, lovely to see you. It's a lovely space, I suppose, that you yourself can go, to bring you that calm at the end of the day, a half an hour where you just get to spend time in your own time. So I like that, and I should do that a little bit more often. Okay, so what have we got here? Oh, who we got there? Bergith, lovely to see you. And there's a few more popping on, so thank you so much for popping on. If you haven't, or you just popped on, we're asking you dancing or singing. Which one do you like the best? Bergith. Like I said, there's always one that just, suits both. Sometimes they stand out, sometimes, one in particular. Like I said, I used to be more of a dancer, and I sang as well. I sang in church choirs, believe it or not, as soprano, and I was quite good, but I don't do so much of that. Oh, well, I don't do any of it really, just sing to myself. But I did, I've sung at weddings and things like that, so I don't have the voice for it as much anymore. But yeah, I think after, heart attacks and open heart surgery, it's sort of, I don't know, it's not, the body just doesn't do what it used to do. And the same with dancing. I won a dancing competition once. I won't go there. It was funny. It was at a pub, it was at a disco. And yeah, I had a friend, a girlfriend, that we used to go out a lot together when we were younger. And she would dance like, barely move her feet. Not me. I'm a movement girl, and get into the beat of the music. So for all those who love to dance, and we know our dear Marcianne loves to dance, so she's our dancing queen. And I reckon when we meet up one day that we'll all find out different things about each other. So thank you for playing along. I hope it's been a bit of fun for you tonight. So, okay, so we're showing that blurred picture for the last time before we take the answers. Yeah, I know that you like both, Jean, but I know that you've done a lot of singing in your life as well. I just read somewhere about something you did, Jean, and I'm sorry, but I just can't bring it up, but I know it was about singing. Okay, so here's our fun facts about joy. Here are some fun facts you might not know about joy. Okay, so listen up. Laughter really does act like medicine. It lowers stress and even boosts your immune system. I need to laugh more. at least when I come here every week on Who What Where Wednesday now, I get to have a bit of a laugh. So I hope it's releasing something that's really good for my body. But if somebody, I think there's videos and things like that where you can just listen to laughter. I think because I haven't got anybody around me much, like my son, and he's doing his stuff and I'm doing mine, that you're not sort of at work. Well, I'm not at work, like as in a shop and things like that, but laughter, you know, laughter, laughter, laughter. My mum, she had the most amazing laugh, and she would be laughing. You'd hear her, like so many meters that you'd know mum was coming because she's laughing, So bless her soul. Okay, so, and people who write down just 3 things they're grateful for each day often notice their joy levels rise in less than a week. So if you do it every day and just find 3 things that you bring you joy, that you're grateful for, all of those things, just write them down anywhere on your kitchen bench, if you're at the office, if you're in the car, if you've got a little book, write it down, and those 3 things within a week can change things around and bring and rise, like, excuse me again. When Lids and I are talking on the phone, we laugh a lot. Hi, Sharon. Ballyhoo or Ballyho. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. So people who write down just 3 things they're grateful for each day often notice their joy levels rise in less than a week. And why? Because you're writing down something that brings you joy. You're writing down something you're grateful for. I'm so grateful, that my plants all survive. I'm so grateful we have a little puppy. There's so many things. I'm grateful for the breakfast that I had. I'm grateful for the food that we have on the table each day. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa, it does. That's what they say anyway. I got to keep smiling and not frowning. I'm doing pretty good for my age. I don't have many frown lines on my look, my eyebrow wants to say hello, but I don't have many frown lines. So I'm doing pretty good for my age. So, and here's one you'll love. Studies show that joy spreads faster online than sadness. Okay, so you probably wouldn't know that, but you may have seen it. Okay, that means positivity is actually more contagious than negativity. Now, I will agree to that, because if you get caught up in the crap that's on Facebook, the negativity, the people fights, oh my gosh, it's just, I try and just flick through. Honestly, I'm a bit of a flicker on Facebook. So if I've missed you, please forgive me. If I leave you a love or a like, it means that I've seen it. Thank you very much. If I leave a message, it just means I really, really liked what you put up there. So forgive me. Like I said, I'm a bit of a flicker. Thank you very much in the chat, everyone in the chat, for saying hello to everyone else. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's move on. So now we're going to reveal what the thing is. Now, I'm not quite sure in the chat. I did see Vivine say kookaburra. So maybe just a quick, what you think it is. Australian bird, kookaburra. Yeah. Well, Kenton, I don't think you were the first, but, we'll give it to you because you put it in there. So, Vivine, I think the feel good. Yourself, if you're around people that are happy, or at a birthday party, or if something just happened, you smiled at that child or things like that, there's our, because I think it's something you should all listen to. But if you go onto Google and Google kookaburra laugh, okay, you can see the spelling in the chat there, kookaburra. You will be able to listen to that and see what we hear. I heard a couple of them today, and I thought, oh wow, I should have had my phone ready, and I could have videoed them. You wouldn't have been able to see them, but at least I could have audioed them so that you could hear their laughter. Now, okay, so the kookaburra is it, and we will probably have a blurred one next week as well, so be prepared for that. It won't be an animal, okay? So let's sprinkle, here, a little bit of sprinkle Aussie, bit of Aussie flavour, okay? Now, joy looks a little different depending on where you are in the world, okay? For some, it might be street food in Asia. a football match in Europe, or a summer festival in the US. Hey, Willow, lovely to see you. Okay, so, and here in Australia, we have our own quirky sources of joy. We certainly do. And you've probably heard a few come from me because I'm very Aussie in a sense, even though I do speak well. Well, I think I do. So, one of them is the kookaburra. You've probably heard its famous laugh. Now, listen to this. This is a fun fact. Hollywood often uses the kookaburra's call in jungle movies, even though the bird isn't from the jungle at all. It's from Australia. Right? We don't have jungles here. We have forests, but we don't have jungles. So, but the fun fact is that Hollywood often uses the kookaburra's call in jungle movies, even though it's not from the jungle. So isn't that incredible? That's a little bit of a fun fact for you. Another joyful Aussie icon is the quokka, often called the world's happiest animal because it looks like it's smiling in every photo. Now I'm going to bring up a picture and I shall just give me a second. Read you a little bit of information. So yes, quokkas are native and only found in Australia, primarily on Rottnest Island and Bald Island, with smaller populations in the southwest mainland forests of Western Australia. So if you go to visit Vivine in Western Australia, you can go over to Rottnest Island and see the quokkas. How incredible is that? So their population on the islands are larger and more protected from predators compared to the mainland. So that's our quokkas, and you can see why they're called, one of the happiest animals, because it looks like they're smiling in every photo. And in person, they're probably even better. So like I said, if you come and visit us over here in Australia, and you get to see Western Australia, which is right over the other side, but Vivine is over there, I'm sure that she will take you to see the quokkas. So, yeah. Okay, so let's get on with it. Now, so that was just a few fun facts that I think that you would like to know that bring joy. So now let's try something different. If you had to describe your joy in just 3 words, right, what would they be? Type your 3 words in the chat. For example, mine might be family, sunshine, flowers. Okay, so you write yours in the chat. What 3 words, okay, would it be to describe your joy? So what 3 words would you think about right now? It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. Let's go. Positive, positive, positive. What 3 words bring you joy? What can bring you joy? Are they friendly? Yes, they're fairly friendly. Yeah, they're not like koalas or drop bears or anything like that. So yeah, a lot of the things in Australia, a lot of the animals in Australia, you can go to either zoos and pet them and things like that. In the wild, you can go there, and they usually have people that will take you out to be a part of it. It's like where our turtles come up to the beaches and lay their eggs. Now they make it a touristy thing. You have to pay for it. Years ago, you could just go there and watch a big turtle come up the beach and lay its eggs. But, they are protected species, a lot of these. So you will find that there'll be more people that will take you there and charge you to have a look at them. So, and the same as koalas. You can see kangaroos in the wild anywhere, but you don't want to go up and just try and hug them like a koala, because they'll rip your face off. Not to scare you in any way, shape or form. Okay, so have we got any of those 3? Here's the cutest. Yeah, they are pretty cute. We have some cute animals over here. It's like the platypus. It's like God took the last bits of whatever was left over and made it into the platypus, because it has like a duck bill and a mammal, and it's has web feet, and yeah, it has. Anyway, go and look it up. I've seen a few in the wild, and they're very beautiful to watch. They're just so smooth and beautiful in the water. So family, that's a good one, Mama Do. I need 3 words. Okay, is it family, family, family? Family, friends, and Beach, grandchildren, yeah, they bring a lot of joy. Ava, I know. You were fortunate enough to spend time with your grandchildren a few months ago, and I'm looking forward to that too. I'm hoping that early next year, my son and I will go down to Brisbane and visit my girls because they're always busy flat out with work and stuff like that, and we can spend some time together, just being family, just loving and caring for each other. Nature, ocean, stars. Wow, that's a good one, Kenton. The stars are really amazing if you can lie outside and just see hugs, sunshine, smiles. Yeah, beautiful. Hugs are beautiful. And I don't get enough of them, I'm afraid. Just friend hugs. I get sister hugs. And yeah, she gives beautiful hugs. So family, grandchildren. Hi, Tanya. Lovely to see you. Tanya has been very, very busy in our new group. Remember Success with Ashma Farah. Tanya and Red have basically looking after that as admins. But we as moderators have been run off our feet. Remember, it's changing over to a private group for those who are in there. Don't stress about it. It doesn't matter, Tanya, if you're late. I'm just lovely to see your name pop up. Remember, if you are already in the group, then you don't need to worry. Nothing will change for you. For those coming in, you will need to answer the appropriate questions and also abide by the rules of the group. And it is amazing. There's some really positive, beautiful posts coming through there. So please reach out if you need an invite or have a look for the group, which is going private. So you might need to reach out to one of your friends to be able to, get entry into that group. So Success with Ashma Farah, it's called. Hi, Sonia. Lovely to see you. Sonia's my dear friend from Singapore. We had a good old catch up the other day. It seems that, quite a few are catching up or reigniting their flame within our business and moving forward with Ash. So just be aware of that. Reach out to those that may not have had anything to do with going forward or understanding or anything like that. So hi, MMF. That'll do. I love you, even if I can't get your name right. Okay, so let's get on. So I've read a few of those, and I think all of those are beautiful. And I think what you'll find is most of you, it's about family. It's about grandchildren or children. I think it's important that we find something and find joy in something. If you don't have a family, I'm sorry. I've got 5 beautiful sisters. God blessed us, that there's 6 girls in our family. There was one boy who was the eldest. He passed away in 2017. So it's just us 6 girls. And in November, we're going to be spending 5 days together on our sisters retreat, which we haven't done for a couple of years. We spend days or we spend, meals and stuff like that, but we haven't spent time together on our sisters retreat. So we're looking forward to that. Usually there's it's prayerful, it's loving, it's a whole heap of laughter. Oh my gosh, I'm going to take my laugher meter and fill it up, my little tank, while I'm away with my sisters. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be in November. Okay, so what we got here. So here's the thing, joy doesn't hide. We just forget to look for it, okay? We get caught up in the everyday disasters of life, world. Kids, if you've got small children, they take up a lot of your time. You're thinking about what's for dinner, what have I got to do? I've got to clean the house. There's no joy in a lot of those stuff unless you choose it to be joyful, okay? I don't know if I could ever find cleaning the toilet joyful. However, just to know that it's going to be clean and lovely afterwards is joyful, okay? So it's in the food we eat, the laughter we share, the beauty of nature, and the quiet moments of gratitude. So tonight I've spent that time with you, sharing with you a little about the meaning of joy and how we can find it in the small things, how we can be grateful for all those things. So the more we pay attention, the more joy we'll notice. And the more joy we share, the more it spreads. Isn't that wonderful? Like, we can spread joy, because we allow joy into our life. We choose joy, and then we can go out there and spread it to others. Don't you think that's amazing? I do. I do, because I think I've had enough sadness in my life to last 5 lifetimes. Hanging out with you. Yes, it is. It is priceless. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you do. And I'm sure that soon you'll be able to get back over there to spend time with them. I saw a picture today of, I think it was today, Veronica Wayne, in a traditional, the PNG traditional, I don't know what you call it, Vivine, um, costume, whatever they call it. But oh my gosh, like, we miss all you guys. We miss seeing everybody that used to be around on different webinars and things like that. So reach out to people, okay? It's time to stay connected. It's time to bring joy back into other people's lives as well as your own, okay? Life isn't full of sadness. Life isn't full of, oh, what's happening in the world, okay? Because the more that you can uplift it with joy and love and caring and kindness, the more it's going to change, because that one person you touch today will touch another person tomorrow, and that's why, even with Ash saying, that we want to uplift humanity, it's about showing that love. We need to realize that people want to be heard. People need to be loved. They need to be cared about. And you can do this because you're all here, and you're all here because you have a heart. Okay. And the mission that we are moving forward with, you can start doing these things today. Yesterday is even better. Okay. But we can't do that. So remember, my mother contrived songs about cleaning the toilet. We always knew what she was planning to clean. Oh my goodness. That is so funny, Willow. I love that. Maybe we should look at what Willow's written and maybe start doing that. Okay. A different hum for a different cleaning job. I like that indeed, Willow. That's really, really good. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so okay, so before we finish tonight, I'd love for each of you to drop one final word in the chat. Where did you or will you find joy today? Hey, I'm mad. That. So before we finish tonight, I'd love for you to share, drop a final word in the chat. Where did you or will you find joy today? Okay, so one word. Thank you all for joining me in this conversation. It's been uplifting to share this time with you, and I hope you leave here feeling lighter, brighter, and a little more joyful. Until next time, keep looking for joy in the little things. So again, I'd love to hear what you feel. Are you happy with what I'm bringing with to you on Who What Where Wednesday? It's a little bit of a different format. In my sewing, oh my gosh, Ava, that has to be the worst thing in the world for me. I am not a sewer, but I have a sister who is amazing. She's been to America and done amazing work. But my joy, I suppose, is, bringing the videos. Remember that I'm going to send that one live. It is more of a playlist of the songs that I have put together, and it is called Songs to Uplift, Inspire, and keep you moving forward. So have a look at that. It's about 18 minutes long, but just put it on and listen to what you want. Skip it to the next one. Listen to it all. Put it on in the car. Okay, uplifting. And that's what I want to bring to you each week, is something uplifting. Like I said, there's still a lesson, because it's too hard for me. Well, it's not too hard, but like, I'm a person with wisdom. I'm a person with experience, a lady that has, many talents and been through many things. Joy in my Lamington. Vivine, yes, a good old Lamington. If anybody know what that is, it's a cake covered in chocolate and then covered in coconut. So it's like a sponge cake. It's a Lamington from over here. Thank you, Ivana. Lovely to see you all. Lovely to see you. And love to Ivita, her sister. So I've been seeing all these amazing things. Oh, yeah, that's very special, Kenton. I know that Kenton's daughter is very special, and they have a sort of a relationship like my son and I have. Only Kenton has a relationship and lives with his daughter. And I hope you don't mind me sharing that, Kenton. I'm not going to say anything else. But, you know, it's a very special relationship, a son and daughter. The father and daughter, and myself and my son, mother and son. They're very special things. You know, you don't think that you can have that relationship with somebody. I'm not good at videos, Narelle. I'm sure that you whatever you put your hand to is good. However, we all have specialities that we're better at. I'm a florist by trade, so I'm great at arranging flowers, you know, but I can't sew a straight line. But, you know, I'd love to get into painting. I'd love to be a little bit more creative once I can move through the fact of, you know, getting where we need to go. Excuse me again. Well, if you play it in your car, Vavine, and sing along, the words are there on each video. Okay, so the words are there. It doesn't take long. I find myself humming my own songs during the day, so they obviously bring me joy, and that's something that I like to do as well. So I'll just read through a couple of these. Lamingtons sound wonderful. They are, Jean, and they're really soft, you know, beautiful. My mum used to hand make them, and you dip them in chocolate just quickly so they actually absorb fractionally, and then you coat them in coconut. And they're a beautiful Aussie tradition over here, Australia Day, that type of thing. Thank you, Siraj. I appreciate everything that you do. Siraj is everywhere, or Balti as he is known here. He is absolutely everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Lids, thank you once again. I'm going to catch up with Lids one day too. Like I said, she's just up the road, about 8 or 9 hours away, but one day we will get to meet in person. And yes, if you are happy with me going on with Who, What, Where Wednesday, bringing you a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of laughter and a few fun facts, then that's what I will continue with. But like I said, remember that playlist, it is in the videos. It will be on my YouTube channel, and I will send it live as soon as I finish. Thank you so much, Dean. I do put a lot of work into them, and I just love them. I just, honestly, they bring me not only joy, but it's like a satisfaction. You know, I've created and I've been able to, because I do all the video editing myself, everything. You know, I don't just shove it in an application and then it's all done for me. I do it all personally. Hi, Shay. Lovely to see you. And thank you for being a great support on YouTube. Like I said, before we finish off, if any of you are new to my channel, please subscribe, like, share. If you find this of value or just think somebody needs a good laugh, perhaps from an Aussie girl, then maybe just share it out and ask people to come along, you know. We do this every week, Who, What, Where Wednesday, okay? And like I said, it changed the format. That recording for last week is coming. It will be up in the next couple of days. Like I said, I was doing it yesterday and then I got caught up doing something else. So I had to be just pushed back a little bit. If you go over to my website, narellewarcon.com, you will be able to have a look at my book, have a look at my story. My new website is coming. It's spectacular. And that's my thoughts, and I'm sticking to it. It'll be mind-blowing. It really blows my mind what we've been able to create and put together, just to bring it into, you know, what can be done. So remember, reach out. If you're struggling with something, reach out. If you want to know more about things that I use or the things that I do or how I create things, then please reach out as well. Leave a message over on my website, or you can send me a private message, or you can send a message in YouTube as well. Remember that those algorithms that are required for YouTube are needed because you leave a message afterwards as well. Into the comment section, leave love hearts, likes. I take them all and I reply to each and every one of you. I might be a little bit behind at the moment, but I do come back and make sure that I reply and leave a comment to each and every one of you. So like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure. Yes, Birgith, we expect all of you to come over here while we're on the other side of the world. Now, is there anything else that I need? Just remember my group, which has been around for a long time and it is growing quite well, as well as the Australia and NZ Visionary Leaders Oceania. So any of those who are coming in from Australia, New Zealand, the surrounding islands, come over, join in so that you're kept up to date with what's happening. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you for being here again, Jean. Wishing you, there is one thing. Wishing you good health and strength to be returned very quickly, and just make sure you get that rest. How you query the chat GPT and others have a show. Okay. Yeah, that could be a little bit too in depth for some at this moment, Willow, but I will have a think around what I can do there and maybe do a recording to start with and see what sort of, people who are interested in that sort of thing. Chat GPT can be very good. However, I like to personalize everything. Okay, so, and Chat GPT does need to be asked the right questions. Okay, and that's something that is a learning and a lesson for sure. So I'll definitely have a look at that. Now, remember, Shine's going to be afterwards. Okay, so stay for the Shine video because I know you all love that. And the words are up there as well. Oh, that's beautiful, Jane. I'm glad that you got time to spend with your sisters as well. All right, well, we better finish off because you know how I'm supposed to be keeping this shorter, and it's not. Olive, lovely to see you. I know you love your crafts and stuff like that as well. So, Roy, again, Kenton, thank you so much for being an amazing person, friend, and also somebody who shares my stuff in the chat. Lids, Ramaran, thank you so much. There's a few here. Purisotan, Ramaran, Roy, Ava, Ivana, Faya, thank you so much. Olive, sorry, I'm just scooting up the chat now. So let's finish off. It's been a wonderful session. It's been fantastic having you on board, seeing you all here and being a part of something that's fun, okay? Let's remember that joy, we can find joy in all the small things in our lives and make them into bigger things, because when we share joy, it's going to multiply onto those around us. Remember that. Joyful things can be found in small things, okay? Start there. If you don't feel very joyful today, choose one thing. Choose one thing, okay? Choose one thing to be joyful about, whether it's coming on and watching me, because that's pretty joyful. If it's reaching out to somebody, if it's somebody in your family, if it's a child that you have, we, like I said, a couple of months ago, Pratap Gunchi, I think his surname is, him and his wife had a little baby boy, and I sent them a little gift because that's what I like to do. They live in a village in the farms in India, and they don't receive a lot. So I sent this little gift over to them. And I tell you what, the joy that I got from that wasn't about the gift. It wasn't about how much or whatever. It was just the joy in knowing that they got so excited, the whole community, about, oh my gosh, we got a present from Australia. It was just, honestly, it brought me great joy just to know that it brought them such great joy. So it can be multiplied out. It can be, shared out. So just remember to share with somebody today. Share your joy. If you are feeling a little bit down, we'll keep you in our prayers. For those having birthdays, thank you for being the beautiful people that you are. And thank you, each and every one of you. I do have to go now because I've been given a warning. Time is, like I said, it just gets away on you. But if you're happy with what we're doing, then I think this is what we will continue for a little while. So thank you again. Thank you, Sonia, for joining in from Singapore today. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. See you next week on Who, What, Where Wednesday. And just be surprised again with whatever I bring up. So love to you all. God's blessings and take care. Bye for now.
with a dream in my pocket. Took a step and I couldn't stop it. Every stumble lit a fire inside. Now I walk with my head held high. Lessons learned and bridges burned. Still I rise with every turn. This is more than just a climb. It's my moment, it's my time. No more hiding in the crowd. Gonna wear my soul out loud. The world is waiting just to see all the magic inside of me. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You are special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. Pages turn, but the heart stayed true. Every scar's got a golden hue. Telling my story in my own style. With every post, every smile. From the hustle to the heart. Every ending's a brand new start. Turning passion into plans. Now I'm dancing where I stand. I don't chase, I'm magnetized. My journey's written in the skies. If you're watching, hear me say, you're a light to find your way. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You are special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. If they doubt you, let them talk. You're the thunder when you walk. Turn your truth up past the 10. You're the spark, ignite again. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, set the world alight. You're special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. This is your time, let 'em know. Shine, shine like you mean it. Yeah, shine so bright they can't believe it. Believe it. Woke up with a dream in my pocket. Took a step and I couldn't stop it. Every stumble lit a fire inside. Now I walk with my head held high. Lessons learned and bridges burned. Still I rise with every turn. This is more than just a climb. It's my moment, it's my time. No more hiding in the crowd. Gonna wear my soul out loud. The world is waiting just to see all the magic inside of me. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You are special, let it show. Be yourself and let it flow. Stand out, don't dim your glow. You were born to steal the show. Shine, shine like you mean it. Shine so bright they can't believe it. Pages turn, but the heart stayed true. Every scar's got a golden hue. Telling my story in my own style. With every post, every smile. From the hustle to the heart. Every ending's a brand new start. Turning passion into plans. Now I'm dancing where I stand. I don't chase, I'm magnetized. My journey's written in the skies. If you're watching, hear me say, you're a light to find your way. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, you've got every right. You can't believe it. If they doubt you, let them talk. You're the thunder when you walk. Turn your truth up past the 10. You're the spark, ignite again. Shine, shine like a diamond bright. Shine your light, set the world alight. You're special, let it show. Be